Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Elvia Nanda. My student number is 20400122091. I will answer the question for course discourse analysis for ELT. The question number one, why should we learn the genesis of discourse analysis? Please explain your answer. My answer is understanding of origins of discourse analysis help us comprehend how language function beyond individual words and sentences. It allows us to see how communication is structured in different contexts, such as conversation, speeches, and written text. By studying its genesis, we gain insight into the evolution of linguistic theories and how they shape our understanding of meaning, interaction, and communication. The question number two, do you agree with saying that the development of discourse analysis theory is strongly influenced by the developments of linguistic theories? Why? Please explain the reason for your position. My answer is yes. I agree that the development of discourse analysis is strongly influenced by linguistic theories. Language is the foundation of discourse, and linguistic theories provides tools for analyzing how meaning of instruct of of how meaning is constructed in communication. Early linguistic models such as structuralism and functionalism focus on sentences structure and meaning, which later influenced discourse analysis by extending these ideas to larger units of communication. Additional sociolinguistics and pragmatic played a crucial role in shaping discourse analysis by emphasizing the role of context and social interaction. The question number three, why do you know of traditional grammar theory? Please explain your answer to this question by referring these things. The first is, what is traditional grammar theory? Traditional grammar is a linguistic approach that focuses on rules, sentence structure, and the classification of words into parts of speech. It is based on the classical study of Latin and Greek grammar and emphasizes correctness in language use. Second is, what is the main principle of this theory? The main principle of traditional grammar is the perspective approach, which means it sets fixed rules for how language should be used. It prioritizes grammatical correctness over how language is actually spoken in daily life. Third is, what do teachers who adopt this principle do in teaching a language? Teachers who follow this approach focus on teaching grammar rules, sentence structure, and vocabulary memorization. They often use exercise like sentence diagramming, translation, and error correction to reinforce proper language use. Next is, what are the products of this theory? The key products of traditional grammar include detailed grammatical rules, sentence analysis, and structured language textbooks. It also influenced early language learning methods, including the grammar translation method. Next is, what is the main shortcoming of this theory? A major shortcoming of traditional grammar is that it does not focus on actual language use in communication. It treats language as a fixed set of rules rather than a dynamic tool for real life interaction. This makes it less effective in developing fluency and conversational skills. Next, what are grammar translation method? And it is a relation to traditional grammar theory. The grammar translation method is a language teaching approach that emphasizes translating text between the target language and the learner's native language. It is closely linked to traditional grammar because it focuses on grammatical inquiry and vocabulary memorization rather than spoken communication. The question number 4: what do you know of structuralism theory? Please explain your answer to this question by referring to these things. First is what is structuralism theory and what does the Saussure say about the structure of language? My answer is structuralism is a language theory that views language as a system of interrelated elements. Ferdinand de Saussure, a key figure in structuralism, argued that language consists of signs which are made up of signify the sound or written word and signify the meaning. He emphasized that the meaning of words depends of their relationship within the language system rather than individual definition. Next is what are the main principles of this theory? The first is language is structured system of sign. Second is meaning is determined by the relationship between signs. The last is language should be analyzed based on its internal structure rather than external influence. The next question is what is informant method and what is it is a relationship to the structuralism theory. My answer is the informant method is a linguistic research techniques where native speaker informants provide data about their language. Structuralists use this method to analyze language patterns systematically. Next is what are the characteristics of the method? First is it relies on native speaker responses to linguistic question. Second is it focuses on phonetic, morphology, and syntax. The last is it collects empirical data to describe language structures. The next, what is the main shortcoming of this theory? The main shortcoming of structuralism is that it ignores the social and functional aspect of linguistics. It treats language as an isolated system and does not account for how meaning changes in different contexts. Next, what is error analysis and what is the relation to the structuralism theory? Error analysis is method used in language learning research to study mistake learners make. It is connected to structuralism because it focuses on identifying patterns in error based on structural differences between languages. The last question is what do you know of structuralism theory? Please explain your answer to this question by referring to these things. First, what is functional theory? And what does Chomsky say about language? Functionalism is a language approach that focuses on the purpose and function of language in communication. It argues that language should be studied based on how it is used in a real life situation. Noam Chomsky, however, takes a different approach. He developed the theory of generative grammar, which focuses on the innate structure of language in the human mind. Next, what are the differences between Chomsky and Himes' views on language? The first is Chomsky emphasizes the structure of language and rule that govern sentence formation or competence. The second is Delheim, on the other hand, argues that language must be studied in social context, focusing on how it is used in communicative competence. The next question, what is the main principle of this theory? The main principle of functionalism is that language is shaped by its communication function. Instead of focusing on abstract grammar rules, it is examines how language is used to convey meaning in real world interaction. The next question, what is CLT method and its relation to functionalism theory? The communicative language teaching or CLT method is an approach that emphasizes interaction and communication in language learning. It aligns with functionalism because it priorities meaningful communication over rigid grammar instructional. The last question, what is the relationship between discourse analysis and functionalism theory? Discourse analysis and functional both focus on how language function in communication. Functionalism provides the foundation for discourse analysis by highlighting the importance of context, meaning, and interaction in understanding language. I think that's all my answer. Thank you very much for attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.